The Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. Together, reducing fraud worldwide.
Who isn't? You have child identity theft, and this is something that's particularly insidious because someone will steal the identity of a child. Why? To access their credit, their credit cards? No, but to access someone with a clean credit report. And what they will do is run up debts in the name and social security number of the child. Child generally doesn't find out about this till they're maybe 18, going for a car loan or education loans, and then they see they've got all of this to try and straighten out. Child identity theft is done by many people, but primarily extended family members. You have family members. It's a crime with the interconnected world that can be done anywhere. So there are particularly Eastern European and Russian and Ukrainian identity thieves, and these are organized gangs. There are Brazilian identity thieves. This is a whole new area because Brazil wanted to bring its education system into the new century. So all kids are trained in computers from a very early age, but it's led to a whole new world of cyber criminals. So you have organized cyber criminals. You have even street gangs. Let's make this thing, again, the good news. The good news is street crime in New York City, Tampa, and many other cities has gone down, violent street crime. And it's because they're gravitating to identity theft, particularly income tax identity theft, which can be done so easily. So you have organized crime, disorganized crime, anyone and everyone, and then terrorists. Terrorists actually use identity theft, and Al-Qaeda had a program for identity theft to get money to finance terrorism. So it's everyone and everyone. The biggest challenges are really educating all of us to be more wary, because there are plenty of things we can do, and it's not just technology. The technology is there to protect us, but we have to be smarter than Mark Zuckerberg. We have to not use the same password. So the temptation is, I'm using all of this for convenience, so what can be more convenient than using the same password? We can't do that. Just like we have to look both ways before we cross the street, we need to take some basic precautions. But taking basic precautions for most people, putting a credit freeze on your credit report, using dual-factor authentication when you can, encrypting and using antivirus and anti-malware software on all of your devices, using complex passwords. These are things we can all do that really will help us a great deal. So here's how to do it. Pick a phrase. If you pick a word in the dictionary, a numerical sequence, it will take an identity thief a matter of minutes or hours, depending on how complex it is, to get software to break that. So you want a phrase, and you may take a phrase like, I don't like passwords, with capital letters, small letters, and apostrophe. That's my base. I'm going to throw a couple of exclamation points at the end of that. That's going to be a good, strong password. That's my base password. So now for my Amazon account, I don't like passwords, 2 exclamation points, AMA. And that's something you're going to be able to remember. You also want security questions that are not going to be able to be picked up by someone searching the web. You also want to, when able to, use dual-factor authentication, use a thumbprint or a biometrics. But by and large, for most of us, if you get the strong password, the nonsensical security question, and the dual-factor authentication where offered. Believe it or not, some banks don't even offer that. My bank, which I will not name, does not offer it, but otherwise they're fairly good. These are things that are relatively simple we can do, and the big thing is they take us from being the low-hanging fruit. It's not worth the identity thief's time to spend more time to get me because there are so many other pieces of fruit that are hanging low.